What if the stones of Jerusalem have been quietly preserving his story all along? Stay with me as I look at all the reasons for seeing King David as a real person. For years, critics argued there was little physical evidence to support the existence of a powerful centralized kingdom at this time, and they were largely right. Many believed David's Jerusalem to be more myth than metropolis. In fact, there was a time just a little over 30 years ago when many scholars insisted King David himself was a mythical figure invented to boost Jewish nationalism. But in 1993, the discovery of the Tel Dan Stele, written by a Syrian king, made it impossible to say David was fictional because it named the House of David, the dynasty of kings that bore his name for hundreds of years. They don't name dynasties after imaginary people. The Mesha Stele from Moab added weight because it also referred to the house of David. So the scholars moved the goalpost to say that David did exist, but his kingdom was small and insignificant, and his capital in Jerusalem was just a small village. In early 2005, Israeli archaeologist Eilat Mazar began excavations on a narrow ridge just south of the Temple Mount, an area long suspected to hold the earliest remains of ancient Jerusalem. What she uncovered would send shockwaves through the archaeological world. Beneath layers of earth and time stood a massive structure, thick stone walls, monumental in scale, unlike anything expected from a small tribal settlement. And from the moment it was announced, the implications were impossible to ignore. Could this be part of the palace described in the biblical account of King David, a royal complex overlooking the ancient city he is said to have conquered and established as his capital? If this structure truly belonged to the 10th century BCE, then it would challenge the long-held assumption that Jerusalem in David's time was little more than a rural outpost. It would suggest something far more significant, a center of power, a seat of governance, a capital city worthy of a king.